I'm trying to decide how much I want to ask you about PAX, but I'm trying to decide what I want to segregate to arcade couch and post this. Tell me, give me the full story of how this Fortress thing went down and everything. That's what I've been.
Oh, this Fortress thing was horrible.
Because you complained about it, and then
this Fortress thing was like horrible on like multiple fronts. Yeah, let's tell all the story because
I want to rewind 2 seconds just to be like, so I saw you PAX day 1, day 2.
I know, right? Yeah, day 2 I saw at the start.
I saw you at the start for all of 2 seconds. Yeah. I went inside the media room to get Cherie. I come out, everyone's like, Kieran's gone off with his real friends. I was like, cool, no worries, probably see him later.
Real friends? Don't see you for real friends. Just,
Don't see you for the rest of the day. Then at night, I see you complaining on Twitter, about X, whatever, about Fortress thing. Wake up the next morning and you're like, I'm driving home.
Yep. Yeah, that is. You know what? Now
like, I basically saw you.
Well, damn it. You know what? I feel like I spent way more time with you than that. I guess because we spent
we had Thursday night.
We had Thursday night and stuff, and we spent a decent amount of Friday together. I guess, yeah, it was there. Like, okay, so to go over the my friends from that I play D&D with and like hang out with in real life.
Real life.
They don't normally do PAXs and stuff, so this was their first PAX. So, Saturday they didn't get there till it was like 12 in the end. Yeah, it was like 12 o'clock. So I did the first couple hours and I did stuff which we'll talk about on Arcade Couch before that. And so hung out with them for a couple hours.
Like board game stuff, I presume, or
did board game stuff. Played a couple of board games with them. Had a walk around, showed them some indie games, played some indie games with them, and then 3-4 o'clock, I was like, I called PAX. I was like, "Yep, I'm done with them. I'm just going to chill out in the hotel room. I'll surely see Ash or Buddy before I bail, and then we'll hang out
and
Sunday."
You didn't, right?
I didn't. No, I did not see either of them.
No. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I was with at least Ash until.
So that was fine. So that was all going to plan. And then my friends they led the charge of going to the Fortress Gala. And I was like, that's cool.
How much does this thing cost, by the way?
It's like $60 a ticket. It is expensive in terms of what was there. So I've got 2 segments of this story. I'll talk about the first segment of the story. I'll talk about just Fortress and the gala itself. Because it was an interesting situation. So pretty much, Fortress was open. So like the bottom area of Fortress was open. Like the tavern area was open to the public, was open to everybody. And it's like slightly smaller upper arena area was open for anybody with a gala, which had limited tickets. So for one thing or another, we didn't actually get into going because we didn't actually go in until like 20 past 8. And so the event's only scheduled, or at least the free drinks part of this event is from 7 till 10 o'clock. So 20 past 8 we get in, and the room is reasonably empty when we get in. And this thing has been going on for like an hour and 20 minutes already. Reasonably empty for what you consider for the gala. We walk in, we join one queue, and that queue takes 10 minutes for us to get to a smaller bar. So we did that. Got there, got the free kind of what was free was like from that smaller bar was their own kind of in-house canned Fortress branded beer, which I didn't have because I was like, that can't be good. A kind of very bad tasting cider, and there
it's like cardboard.
Yeah, and everything else at that bar was paid for. So we got drinks there. Then my friends I had eaten something because I got there earlier than my friends did because they gone back out.
How many friends is it, by the way? I'm trying to get like a picture.
Three. There's 3 other friends. There's
a couple
of other friends.
4. Okay.
And so, yeah, we go with that. And then they're like, they're hungry because they expected there to be some form of food there. So
Now,
we
is there
turn
food,
around.
or is it just really hard to get food?
So
'cause there's food in the tavern usually.
there is food in the tavern. There was food at this thing, but you had to go into another line that had majority of the people at the event lining up in. So this hall, it's a big hall. There's like a smaller line to go to this one bar, and then a massive line that took, I would almost say, half an hour to go from one end of the line through to the front of the line to order your food and everything and order your drinks.
You couldn't order from the tables like you usually would, or something?
There was no tables.
Right, they got rid of them.
It was like an empty, reasonably empty. Like normally that area has like tiered seating that you can watch esports in. That was all pushed away. It was just an open area
Where you
with
supposed
just
to
a
eat
DJ.
then?
Well, the food was all like finger food, so like their popcorn
Gotcha.
chicken or like very small, easy to eat things that you had to pay for. You had to
Just
pay
before
for
you continue, question: was it advertised as an event that's like, hey, this is after dinner, come here, party?
Well, it starts at 7, so like if you're starting something,
it's on the line. It's on the line.
If you're starting something at but the thing is, right, if you're starting something at 7 on a PAX weekend when people are expected to be going to PAX prior to this, really this is, and you're advertising,
and the expo hall closes at 6.
At 6, yeah, correct, right? And there's still panels going on until later, but yeah, and then you're advertising as a gala. You're trying to advertise it as like a thing that people should be getting dressed up for. People should be like kind of getting ahead for. Now,
did you get dressed up, Ciaran?
Not really. Like I put on a nice shirt and stuff. Like that's all I did.
Yep.
I didn't go overboard. So yeah, we and then you had to line up in this other queue, and this line was so long and was taking so long because people were either you either had to queue up to get food or their whole bar selection was there. So the free drinks were like much better quality if you went to this other bar. So majority of people were lining up here, 30 minutes, whatever, stood there, music's playing, DJ was okay, I guess. I guess the thing that they started to do to try and either, I think it was honestly, in all honesty, it's trying to get people in the line drunk enough so they don't realize how long they're waiting in the line, is they started coming, like the Fortress workers, like bartenders started coming down the line with, they were calling them cocktails, but all it was I don't even know what was in them other than I know that the finishing thing was like it was topped up with champagne. It was like a shot of something in the bottom of a plastic cup filled the rest of the way with champagne. And they were going up and down the line offering them. They tasted fucking foul. Like I just knocked mine back because it was that bad. And I didn't want to taste it, but at the same time I was like, alcohol, I just want to, yeah. So that happens. We stayed probably for they got food. I didn't have to get food. They got food. We danced for a little bit in the area, and then we ended up going because one of my friends had hurt his knee over the weekend, and my feet were wrecked because my feet are always wrecked when it comes to PAX. It's just a PAX common thing. So in the end, probably about 9:30, 20 to 10-ish.
Early boys.
We went, no, I wouldn't say we didn't call it. We went down into the tavern area and hung out in the tavern area where the general public was, or like people who couldn't get into the event was.
Yeah.
And we hung out there. We played arcade games for the rest of the night and we just chilled out there. Was it worth $60? No. Was it a well-run event? No. It just I don't know. I think maybe I have some expectation of PAX of Fortress events just because we only see them through the lens of social media accounts, and like people who attend them are generally social media influencers. So we see
them through the event. You see the events through the eyes of social media, and you're seeing them through the eyes of usually influencers who are probably getting special treatment. Not to say that, of course, we also we get, like this year
we get preferential treatment with
Explosion Network team was in media. So like, I'm not shit talking special treatment, but that is what you see on social media. Yeah.
So we had that. I will say, and this is not. I've got another side story for this one. We had a very I would say, from my point of view, a very uncomfortable encounter with another attendee of the Fortress events.
Really?
So
They got into a fight?
no, we didn't get to a fight. It was okay. So in our group of people, there is 3 of us are guys, and one of us is a girl, is a female, and my female friend, she went in first, so she got her ticket scanned, and then goes in, and then the rest of us, I'm like fucking around trying to get it off Discord, so it took us like maybe 10-20 seconds after that.
Wait, the ticket was on Discord?
Oh, my friend sent it to me because I didn't buy the ticket myself.
Right, okay.
Sent me the ticket. So it was on, I had to go through Discord to get the ticket off my phone.
Gotcha.
So got it. By the time we got in, because you go in and there's these escalators that go down, my female friend's talking to this guy. And I was
now, do we know this guy?
No, this is okay. This is part of it, right? And I'll say, God bless her soul. She is like the loveliest, kind-hearted person in the world. She will give anybody time of day and get to know somebody. She's just lovely. This guy starts talking to her, and because I haven't been with these, I'd met the other 3 outside of Fortress. So I did to one of them. Hey, have you guys met this guy on the train or something, or what? And they go, no, this is just a right now thing. I went, okay. So we go down the escalator, whatever. As we get to the bottom of the escalator, my friend, she turns around and she speaks to the rest of us. Hey guys, like, we just want to go grab a drink or something. First thing that comes out of his mouth when he notices, oh, you're with a whole group of people. As if this guy had seen her and just presumed she was by herself. So I was already a bit uncomfortable and a little bit of, well, that's a bit of a red flag, but whatever. And he kind of half introduced himself. We go from the escalator to the first line I mentioned to get a drink. By the time we got to the end of that line, he has his phone out and he's like, here, chuck your Discord username into it to my friend.
No. Oh no.
Like, he's already pulled out his phone, pulled out a username to add. Like, he's already got the username section up in Discord to put in, and he goes, oh, pop your username in, don't worry, no, he didn't say don't worry about it, give it to your friends, but he goes, I will just get your friends' usernames off you when we talk. And so, and this is, and I was just like, okay, this is little weird, and so for the remainder of the time we lined up, and he's with us for both times we're lining up. And this entire time, his only interaction, realistically speaking, is with her. He's very little interaction with the rest of us. The other 3 of us stood there with her. Not much, going on. His whole kind of focus and intention was her. And I knew she felt uncomfortable, or at least was a bit off, or maybe it was the whole setting, but she immediately didn't drink. At the situation, she was like, no, I don't feel like drinking anymore. And I was like, okay. And just this guy kept popping up then for the rest of the night, like just directed towards her and like talking to her and stuff. And it was just an overall,
he was definitely there by himself.
Well, no, he kept running into people. He kept running into people and talking to them like he had other friends there. And he kept saying to us, oh, I've got other mates here. I've got other friends here. And I know he wanted to be a streamer, because at one point he
wanted to be a streamer.
Yeah. One of the very few interactions, he's an I wouldn't say up and coming. He wants to do it. Is one of the very few questions he asked was to one of my other friends, what does he do? And he has his own IT business. And his response to that, being told his IT, he goes, oh, got to do something to earn that money so you can buy all the streaming equipment, right? Got to be able to buy all the bits and pieces to make your stream look good. And my friend is the opposite of wanting to be a streamer. He wants nothing to do with it. And he's like, no. just no, like I just setting up my life. And yeah, I don't know. It feels, I don't think I could fully justify how uncomfortable and full on the situation was. And
Now, did you talk to her after all this? And what was?
Yes. I think at first she's like, nah, he was harmless. He was fine. There's nothing wrong. And we were, the more two of us talked, and like one of my friends, when we drove home the next day, I was like, the first thing he talked to me about was this situation with this guy, because the more we kind of pointed out to her, the more she's like, yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, that was a bit strange that he just kind of appeared and attached himself to the group and stuff. When not even attached himself to the group, attached himself to her. And I know it can very easily be just somebody coming along and just wanting to introduce themselves to somebody new, and wanting to make friends with the situation. But I don't know, maybe it's because of the world we live in. I find it very hard to kind of give people the benefit of the doubt in that kind of situation.
Well, did he say he wants to stream on Twitch or Kick?
Well, I didn't ask that question. I didn't ask that question, but I probably should have, and that would have given us an even more an indicator of how much of what kind of person they were. Kick is just a blanket terrible platform.
It sounds a bit weird. Right. So, what time do you end up going home? Oh, back to the hotel.
In the end, probably 11:30, because that's actually funny, right? 11:30. Because my friend started feeling really sick. He'd been feeling sick for most of the night, but he'd been kind of pushing on just to make sure he didn't. From his point of view,
sick in the stomach, like stomach. Your friend felt sick. I still don't. I've never clarified.
So he flu-like symptoms, and so since then, all three of my friends have had some form of sickness since over the weekend, and they'd been hanging out.
It's like flu symptoms. It wasn't COVID.
Flu-like symptoms. Oh, I guess it's flu-like. He was headache, exhausted, sore. They did COVID tests. It wasn't COVID. One of my friends the girl's actually been to the doctors, and she had a viral infection. So it could have been something for all three of them like that. Like a bug of some kind. Yeah, like a bug or something.
I was gonna say I had the flu a month ago now. It's fucking worse than last time I had COVID. So
rock. He was pushing along, and at one point I ended up being like, "Hey guys, you need to get him home," because I know their train ride was another hour after whenever they go on the train. So I said to him, "Hey,
Now hold on, just to pause for a sec. Not to dox your friend, but so does he live out your way?
Yeah, he lives in shit. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not to dox. He lives in shit. So we do that, and I said to him, "Hey, I know what you're like. You will, even if you feel a little bit better, you will push through and come to PAX tomorrow, and you'll look like shit, and you'll feel like shit, and that's probably not a good idea. If you do feel bad, just message me in the morning. I will just jump on a train and come home with you and get you home at the same and early, so we can leave." Because he was my intended ride home. Yeah. So I get home probably 11:30, 12 o'clock ish. And so this is me. This is me, right? Expecting to get home, get back to the hotel, be able to have a hot shower before bed, have the hotel room to myself for a bit, chill out. And then it surprises the shit out of me when I open the hotel room door and there's fucking lights on in our hotel room. And I went, what the fuck? And then at the time, I think Ashley was having a shower, and I walked in, and Buddy is face down, just on his bed, hanging off the edge, watching Ren and Stimpy. I was like, what the fuck? Are you guys all right? Not expecting either of those two to be home till 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, no, this is the night they went out for the well played dinner.
Yes, this is the night they went out for the well played dinner, and and so I get home, and Buddy's got food poisoning. Poor old Buddy Watson with food poisoning. He was not having fun. He was not having a good time. He was not having a good time. So I hung out with those two for a bit.
Just have to listen to Buddy for up all night, or
not all. Probably as soon as I was asleep, it was fine. But he was up and down. And, you know, at one point he's like, if you hear a shower running at the middle of the night, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, sure. No worries. All right. And then the fourth person, who I will not name and shame, that we were staying with, I don't think I've ever seen anybody so drunk in my life. Like...
Wow, okay.
I was like, bro, you are
What time
luckily
was
he
this?
I can't, this wouldn't be too late. It's maybe like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
And it was a very weird it was an odd situation because he comes in, and because he was going to go stay with his partner that night. Because between Ash and me, probably more me, we'd kept it up with our snoring the night before. And we had this weird situation.
I warned him of this.
Yeah.
The snoring.
Yeah. Buddy is like, food poisoning back and forth. Ash is like, is clean
Sleep.
but ready for bed. I am like laying on my bed, just chilling out and whatever. And he's like, the guy gets to the door, opens at the door. There's either like multiple people with him, and I don't know how many people. There's at least one of them with his partner, because he was at first like, "Oh, you guys should come in. You should come in. Like, you should like come in for a second." And they were like, "No." And this went on back and forth, and just walking in was just. I was impressed. I didn't think somebody who looked in that state of intoxication would be functionable and walking and be able to interact with people, because it was impressive. I was jealous, because I know if I looked like that, I'd be just dead. Like I'd just be like passed out. But no, it was interesting. And then next morning I got the message from a friend saying, "Hey, I'm
what time was that?
dead." About 8:30 he messaged me. So I got on the train.
So did the other two just go to PAX, or?
Pardon? No. One of them went to PAX. The other one was feeling crap herself. So,
right. Okay.
Which was sad, because our original plan was to like not do stuff with you guys, but then book in a bunch of doing like a Call of Cthulhu game and like a D&D game and like a bunch of role playing stuff that we do.
Yeah. Well, I remember the night before when I was talking to Cherie, she was like, "Well, what's the plan tomorrow?" I was like, I assume because I knew you was probably going to leave early or whatever. Like, would you get you right home?
Well, this is the thing. So I was like, I'll just presume we do. Okay, like we'll do Explosion Network stuff tomorrow. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I was like,
because I saw the messages
I posted it like the chat like that night, like at 11 o'clock at night, because I was like, well, we'll just do stuff in the morning. Like, I'll just grab Ciaran, we'll get Ash, like whoever, and we'll just go do stuff in the morning, and then you're free to.
Yes,
you're free.
Whatever.
Like,
100%. No, 100%. But yeah, no, it just didn't. And it called my PAX off. And it felt very weird that PAX was reasonably short for me this year. I will say my bank account's probably grateful, because Sunday is generally the spend money day. But
I spent so much money. You have no idea. I've not to say you missed out. We went to we went to this dumping place we always go to on Saturday night, right? So when you're out, and then Sunday night after everything was talking about it, and then Buddy and Ash were like, "Fuck, this dumping place sounds awesome." So then we went back to this dumping place, and I tried to pay for the entire table. I went downstairs and did the thing, and I was like, "I'm just going to pay for everyone's food." And then those motherfuckers were like, "No, we're going to send you money or whatever." I was like, "I'm not giving you my details," forgetting that they already had my bank details saved in their fucking phone.
Of course.
So yeah, interesting PAX this year.
It was eventful from PAX. It was very eventful.
Well, yeah, because I'm saying the message like friend sick, going home, all this, and just with like obviously Sunday sort of stuff going on. I was like, it was just like, all right, man, hope everything's okay. I didn't have time to be like,
no. It was like, I didn't want to disrupt anybody else's. Like, I said bye to Ash and I said bye to Buddy and stuff. Buddy was like passed out when I left. Yeah,
Buddy's like, Buddy rocked up to the PAX at like, I don't think I said midday.
And probably say goodbye to him, but yeah, no, it was a weird, but I guess on another hand, like a goodish kind of end. I don't know. It was I'd be looking forward to you know what? My main plan for this year, for the next 12 months, is to do like foot training, get my feet ready for how horrible PAX is, and not, I think I was better this year than it was any other year, but we got to get that progression.
Yeah, it was hard it's hard to complain when Cherie's.
That's the other thing. When Cherie is a soldier, I am like, I have no problems here. I am really absolutely fine,
I mean, even my PAX, I felt like I was listening to a mob podcast. I can't remember which one. Actually, I was listening to. Oh no, I was home yesterday, which is weird because I usually work Saturdays, but I had to work Wednesday this week. So I was home yesterday, and Checkpoint record their podcast on Saturday or whatever, like on their radio station. So that popped up, and I just was like, oh fuck, I'll turn that on in the background. I'm doing some work here anyway. I can't remember who on that was talking about how, like, everyone, like, it's hard when you go to things like PAX, and you want to go to everything and do everything. And they were saying, like, most of them were there for the whole week. Like, I got there Tuesday as well, and it's like, if you're doing the people who were doing like GCAP and then through to PAX, and like it's just such a huge week, and you want to go to all these things, it's like so hard. Like, and I can't remember who said it, but someone was like, you just got to sometimes like learn to say no. I'm going to have this night off so that this other thing I'm excited for, I'll be like more energized for.
Yep.
And you just got to accept to not write yourself off and, be an adult. Like everyone wants to socialize because that's a big part of it, but, learn to pace yourself or just have one of the nights in or whatever. I know, like, people who only do PAX, like maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's hard, but different. But yeah, especially if you're doing that like full week, which a lot of people include, a lot of media and devs do that entire week. General public obviously is more so just PAX, but yeah, I feel bad. Like the devs who are doing like GCAP through to PAX, and then they're going to all these talks for 3 days, and then they have several days of standing on the show floor just talking to people. It's like, fucking imagine how exhausting that is, like an entire week of that. Like, it's insane. But yeah, even my PAX was like a lot more relaxing and weird this year, between trying I know I wasn't the greatest at times, but trying to slow my pace down for Cherie, and then pushing around at times and attempting to slow my pace down, but then like we went in most nights or whatever. And then like that night you were out, like at the thing, the like Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was like we was just in the spa at like fucking 9 p.m. at night or whatever. So it's like I'm having a very relaxed PAX this year, sort of pacing myself out. So.
No, it is. I think it's finding out that balance. I did think, in terms of scheduling, I think this PAX was maybe not our best in terms of scheduling for content, but maybe at the same time, I feel like we scheduled better as a group, like in terms of doing stuff and organized in general.
I very YOLO'd it this year, though.
Yes.
But I mean, so yeah, YOLO'd it. There's still some stuff I want to do. Still stuff to do, and look, obviously I'd like everything to be up magically within a week after PAX, but if it takes me until this week or whatever, is what it is. But yeah, let's talk more games, PAX stuff. But to do that, let's record Arcade Couch.